He just bought his first piece. He's bringing all the cameras from MTV now. Next thing you know, you hear this guy Jacob's name all over the fucking every rap song. Jacob, if you're watching this shit, I want to watch. Victoria, she worked for you. I got her into the Puffy party. I know you've seen my stories before. I want to watch, and Albania never forgets. I want to watch. It's the least you could do. It's the least you could do.
Can we get this guy a fucking watch, please?
Can I get a fucking watch? And I don't want Fugazi diamonds. I want the real shit.
Oh, my God.
Now, back to the whole demonic shit, and we'll wrap it. I think what's been going on, Julian, is because technology has figured out a way to open a portal into that dimension. I think there's a real strong probability we're going to see aliens. Some people say Project Bluebeam. No. If I'm right on my hypothesis, I think that there may be a portal where that dimension is going to come into this dimension and they have their powers. You might see your dead grandmother from 30 years ago, but it's not your dead grandmother. It's a demon shape-shifting to look like your grandmother. The demon knows how to mimic the voice, has some of the memories because they follow us. They have a longer lifespan than we do. When you go to a fortune teller that just knows shit, like there's just no way, they didn't have your phone, they didn't have your license, like they found out shit about you that there was just no way they could have known, I promise you that fortune teller works with the demonic realm.
But that's not an alien, that's an apparition, no?
That is demons, brother. They share information.
But that's a demon?
Ritual, the jinn. That's how they operate.
So your dead relative's a demon?
No, they shapeshift.
Right, but that's how you see
I said
them.
If they were able to open a portal, and I think they have, figured out a way to allow their dimension into our dimension. Remember, they're on this earth, parallel to us. I believe, remember the story of Cain? The devil was able to shapeshift and teach him music?
Yeah.
Remember, some of the jinn, the demonic realm, have the ability to shapeshift. They follow us. They can mimic sound. They have some of our memories.
But it also changes the reality every time that something like that could happen, if it does. What I mean by, let me qualify that so you understand what I'm saying. When I had Michu Kaku in here for episode 145, he gave an amazing explanation of this about an hour and 20 minutes into that episode, where he talked about the fact that dimensions, if you look at dimensions through, say, an example of time travel, right? If you time traveled right now back to April 14th, 1865, and stop John Wilkes Booth from killing Abraham Lincoln, you're not changing the reality that you currently came from. That doesn't change. You simply create like an estuary off the river of another reality where the only difference right now, the only variable difference on that day, April 14th, 1865, from the history up to this point. Yes, exactly. It creates a butterfly effect where there's all these different dimensions. And what he then explains, Michu, is that you have, everywhere you are, every room you're in, every place you exist, it's like a radio transistor. And if you just move the radio transistor a little bit like that, maybe there's a fucking dinosaur in here now.
And then you get into the Mandela effect and all that.